Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kakadash, double honors the elders and apostles, the great millstone, who are teaching this truth and sincerity, and a shout out to Yakims out there on the four quarters of the earth proclaiming this truth. Braga the Yahweh, Braga the Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kakadash, Brakaton. So, we're at the very last month, this being the year of prophecy, and we're going to see, a lot fulfilled as you know, here in Reading, we have been in the Purple Terrier for well over a month, ever since pretty much the end of October, all the way through November, and fuck Newsom was on the fucking TV last night, and he's pretty much smirking and saying California may soon issue new stay-at-home order if coronavirus rates keep climbing. So they got the numbers cooked and all that, so here we go. The potential order would apply to the 51 California counties that are now in the most restrictive reopening. Purple Terrier, where transmission is considered widespread, Newsom said that would place roughly 99% of the state's population under shutdown restrictions similar to those imposed in March at the beginning of the pandemic, when the state barred nearly all non-essential workers and residents from leaving their homes except for essential tasks and exercise. So it's happening. We said that there would be a second lockdown. Now a prophet's been among you. And we here at Great Millstone have the 100% truth. And we are the prophets that be among you, Others want to scoff at us and laugh at us, but you're going to find out that playing in games is over with. As the famine of the word is already here, and this is the only channel that I have left. I get another strike on this channel, it's gone, so look for me on Daily Motion. I can't reiterate that enough. That's where I'll be, pretty much if I lose any more channels, that's where I'm going to end up, And I'm still doing videos there because, again, not limited to what I can talk about there. Nonetheless, though, pretty much, though, this is a creed, put out as well, never follow a multitude to do evil. And that's what this devil is, he's setting multitudes to do evil. Because again, these celebrities, well, they're there to persuade you. That's why you keep on hearing about it in the NFL and everything else, though. They're convincing you that you need to pretty much partake in Babylon, that you need to sign up with Babylon. Pretty much, ultimately, to get you chipped, to take the mark of the beast.
Shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to my elders, the apostles of Great Millstone, the men that taught me the truth of the Bible through the Holy Spirit. And Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash, Brakatham, to the 144,000 servants of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, and the remaining elect of the nation of Israel. Now today's date is November 30th, Monday, 2020, the year of prophecy as coined by Apostle Tahar of Great Millstone. And this here is going to be a follow-up lesson to a lesson that I done the other day that you can find here on my second page, GMS Watchman 2. I had done a lesson entitled Beguiled. They implanted something in my right leg, as quoted by Lupe Fiasco. And pretty much in that lesson I was going into how Esau is going to craftily deceive the masses of people into, first and foremost, taking this V followed by the mark of the beast, which again, those of you that follow us here at Great Millstone should know what the mark of the beast is. Now, what I was saying in that lesson is that he was going to use celebrities to do so, to push his agenda, and that's basically what we find here in this
started with Tom Hanks.
www.theguardiannews.com. NHS to enlist sensible celebrities to persuade people to take the Cole V. Okay, so this is Esau's craft. This is Esau's deception as prophesied by the apostles, elders, and the men of Great Millstone. And this is what we've been trying to warn our people about, concerning Esau's devices, okay, concerning Esau's deceptive ways and how he's going to use these different celebrities to persuade you into, being a part of this new society, this new world order, this new system, right? Which this word persuade is interesting within itself, because it goes into causing one to do something, okay? This is the definition for persuade. It says, induce someone to do something through reasoning or argument. And the second definition says, cause someone to do something through reasoning or argument. The key word being cause, because what's this all leading to? This is all leading to the fulfillment of Revelation 13 and 16, where it says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. That mark, of course, being the impugnable microchip, also known as the RFID chip. Out there in Europe is known as the NFC chip. Okay, and Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, begin with the wicked elite of Esau, Edom. What they're going to do is, as we're reading here in the article, they're going to use your favorite celebrities to persuade or cause people to get down with their agenda. Okay, verse 17 says, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Okay, so it's very important that you Israelites out there are aware of Esau's tactics, his crafty devices in terms of how he's going to push, this agenda and this mark upon you. It says down here, NHS bosses plan to enlist celebrities and influencers with big social media followings in a major campaign to persuade people to have a V amid fears of a low take-up. Ministers and NHS England, which for those of you that may be wondering what NHS stands for National Health Service, and that's what we have out there, in the UK. It says ministers and NHS England are drawing up a list of very sensible, famous faces in the hope that their advice to get immunized would be widely trusted, the Guardian has learned. And just as I brought out in this lesson, or I believe I posted the scripture in that lesson, this is why it says this here in the book of Isaiah, chapter 9 and verse 16. It says, for the leaders of this people cause them to err, and they that are led of them are destroyed. So those of you that are led by these famous faces, these different celebrities that Esau is gonna use, as it says here, to persuade the people, cause the people to take the V or the mark. Well, as it says here in Isaiah 9 verse 16, and they that are led of them are destroyed. So again, those of our people, right, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, the Israelites, as well as our people that are scattered around the world amongst the different nations, those of you that idolize these different celebrities, these different famous people, and I gave you an example in my last lesson in the form of Lupe Fiasco, and there's also this guy Slim Thug. Well, right now, as we're reading in the headlines, Esau, Edom is definitely setting up these different celebrities to persuade, cause the masses of people to get down with his agenda, right? This new world order, which he's branding as the global reset. And those of you out there that follow these different celebrities to the extent where you take the V and ultimately the mark of the beast, which is the microchip, well, you're going to be destroyed, right? In that day, the day of the Lord, the day of Yahweh Shema Shai, judgment day, so to speak, which is going to come in the form of thermonuclear missiles during the time of World War III, and the wrath that our Lord Yahweh Shai is going to come with the holy angels. So that's the warning. Shalom.
And that's just it, slowly but surely they're taking down our warnings, So, eventually you're not even going to get the warnings, man. One more strike, this channel's gone. I already just lost Israelite Foreigner Reading channel, and all I got is the Daily Motion, which, again, did I not say this last year, that eventually that's all we're going to have, is a daily edification, the Daily Motion, our daily bread, So, anyhow, this is what's coming, to you women that are at ease. This is what's coming for you. You'll get what you deserve. You want a Joe Biden, you're going to get him. and you're going to get the new world order that he plans on.
A new survey points out at least half of households in Arkansas, Florida and Nevada are not current on rent and mortgage payments, equating to 750,000 could face an eviction come early 2021. So all this commercial and residential property ends up being owned by whom? In any situation like this, I try to find who benefits, and therein lies the culprit. Follow the money and find the mastermind, so ask yourselves who stands to gain from all this. The plan is for the globalists have the big banks and government absorb the properties to make everyone renters. The Fed destroyed price discovery, which is a basic tenet of business, by maintaining price stability. History will laugh at the Fed's pensive dilemma. Price is a means to weed out the market. Now the market doesn't have a crop because of the overgrown weeds. Worst decision in the history of economics lies on the Fed's shoulders. A dark winter is descending on the working poor of America as millions of adults face eviction or foreclosure in the next few months. Bloomberg, citing a survey that was conducted on November 9 by the U.S. Census Bureau, shows 5.8 million adults face eviction or foreclosure come January 1. That accounts for 32.5% of the 17.8 million adults currently behind rent or mortgage payments. On December 31, many of the key provisions in the CARES Act are set to expire if there is no action from Congress. This could be catastrophic for 12 million Americans who will lose access to their emergency unemployment benefits activated in the aftermath of the COVID pandemic, which alone could be a drag of up to 1.5% to growth in 1Q, according to a recent Bank of America report. Unless there is emergency intervention, tens of millions of Americans could be facing eviction once the holiday season is over. We kicked the can down the road throughout 2020, but all of the rent that was originally owed to landlords all over the country is still due, and they are very eager to collect. Countless landlords are on the verge of financial ruin because of the rent moratoriums which were put in place, and kicking the can down the road even more would be absolutely disastrous for them.
I got kicked out last year.
Of course, it would also be absolutely disastrous if the moratoriums are not extended, because in some states more than half of all households are behind on their rent or mortgage payments, and most of them have no way to pay. One way or the other, we are about to hit a breaking point. The Aspen Institute is telling us that a whopping 40 million people could face eviction over the next several months. According to research by the Aspen Institute, nearly 40 million Americans could face eviction over the next several months. The only thing holding back the flood right now is the CDC's eviction moratorium order and a patchwork of state and local protections for renters. But these moratoriums are only kicking the can down the road. Chief economist for Moody's Analytics Mark Zondi told the Washington Post that tenants could owe nearly $70 billion in back rent by year's end. And for landlords left holding the bag, there's been little relief, as they've been forced to take on the role of government, subsidizing housing for millions even as their own taxes, mortgage payments, and other expenses are due. That is about 12% of the entire country. If they get evicted, where are they going to go? Into the streets. Fox recently interviewed a 48-year-old Texas resident named Kimberly, and she says that is exactly where she is headed if she gets evicted. But after the pandemic hit, she lost hours at her job as a crew trainer at Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers and found herself on the brink of financial collapse. She fell behind on her rent, and when she tried to work with her landlord to set up a repayment plan, she told Vox that she was served an eviction notice. Now, the only thing keeping her in her home is the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention's CDC National Eviction Moratorium, which prohibits landlords from evicting qualifying tenants for failing to make rent. If she's evicted, Kimberly says she has nowhere to go, and will be homeless for the second time in 5 years. And there are countless others out there that are just like her. According to Zero Hedge, at least half of households in Arkansas, Florida and Nevada are not current on rent and mortgage payments. We have never seen anything like this in modern American history, and the new lockdowns that are being instituted across the nation will just make things even worse. Of course, there are many Americans that will be able to move in with family, and this has already been happening in very large numbers. In particular, young people are moving back in with their parents on a massive scale. According to the Pew Research Center, a majority of young adults in the U.S. live with their parents for the first time since the Great Depression. The phrase, "since the Great Depression," has been popping up a lot lately, hasn't it? That is because this is literally the first economic depression that the U.S. has experienced since that time. Everywhere we look, we can see the sort of economic devastation that I have been warning was coming for a very long time. In New Jersey, approximately 1/3 of all small businesses have closed down in 2020. A third of small businesses in New Jersey have closed down in 2020, according to a report from the Star-Ledger newspaper.
It's tough.
So like, yeah, you know, this goddamn devil and his fucking ads, you know.
It's really bad. And without federal dollars coming into New Jersey, the Main Street stores and other establishments are not gonna make it through the winter, said Eileen Keene, the state director of the National Federation of Independent Business. New Jersey's number is higher than the national average, but not by very much. Of course, Atlantic City has been hit particularly hard because it is so dependent on tourism. At this point, it is being called the city without a pulse. The boardwalk is empty, the beaches are deserted, and the casinos, though partially reopened, are limping into their 5th month of severely curtailed operations after 4 months of shutdowns. The coronavirus pandemic skewered the economic engine of this beachside town, taking the city's vibrancy and its residents' livelihoods out with it. Sadly, things are inevitably going to get worse in the months ahead thanks to the new lockdowns. The number of Americans filing new claims for unemployment has risen significantly for the past 2 weeks, and more bad weeks are almost certainly ahead. Needless to say, rising unemployment will mean more Americans being pushed out of their homes and more Americans being pushed into poverty. According to a survey that was released in October, the number of Americans living in poverty has risen by 8 million since May. The number of Americans living in poverty grew by 8 million since May, according to a Columbia University study, which found an increase in poverty rates after early coronavirus relief ended without more to follow.
And the funny thing is, see, a lot of you that have been living deliciously, man, you know, you're just getting a taste of what I felt last year. Now, see, I was evicted, not because, well, it wasn't an eviction because I got out within time, but, you know, a 60-day notice because they had sold the property. You know, some piece of shit, goddamn fucking realtor, Authority Property Management, fucking kicked us out for what they said they was renovating. You know, because they were the new landlords that had taken over, you know. And these devils, man, they had already rented my unit for the $700 a month that I was paying. And so I was forced out of it because that motherfucker showed up, man. And yeah, basically they decide who they want in and all that under the guise of, oh, well, we're just fixing it up. So, you know, y'all have to vacate. A lot of people were kicked out last year because of these fucking piece of shit goddamn fucking landlords. So, you know, I'm glad that these eviction moratoriums were put in place, and I'm glad that they're losing money. I mean, motherfucking death to all of them, and to all of them that live deliciously, that are a part of it, man, you know, you're just getting a taste of what I've been feeling. Fuck you all, man. You know, that bit there, I was paying $700 a month for a 2-bedroom. Now I pay $830 for a 2-bedroom. I had to fucking get rid of just about everything. So you're just getting a glimpse of what I felt. And not to mention I was forced on somebody's couch for a couple of months. That all happened to me last year during the so-called bullshit holidays, you know. While everybody else is celebrating that bullshit, it's like, no, man, I ain't going to stop what I'm doing so you can open presents. I don't want anything to do with this, you know. Yeah, they were celebrating it, but I wasn't, you know. And that's just it, though, is, you see. Most High is shutting down this place. New lockdowns and more rigidity are disastrous for U.S. jobs. United States jobless claims have picked up since the elections, and the second wave of coronavirus has slowed down the economic recovery. Yeah, because there is no V-shaped recovery. The only V-shape that there is you know what, you know? Uncertainty about tax increases and changes in labor laws, including an increase in minimum wage. Right. Add to the fear of the new lockdowns as employers see the devastating effect of these lockdowns in European employment. Yeah, because it's a joke. But you see, the beast causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond. So what is it? New digital dollar, digital wallet. Well, check this out. Pizza Hut to accept Bitcoin and Ethereum for pies in Venezuela. That's right, man. So, you know, pretty much it's all digital. And how are you going to be able to pay for it digitally? With the mark. A famous U.S.-based pizza chain has begun accepting cryptocurrency payments in all stores in Venezuela. According to a November 27 tweet from crypto services from crypto buyer, Pizza Hut stores in the South American nation now accept crypto as a form of payment for food and drinks. Because, of course, Bitcoin, which Chris Green wants to sell you on, that's a way, that the government can't spy on you through blockchain. Even though they're going to create their version of it, because, again, your next so-called check, man, that ain't going to happen except through the blockchain. That's why you ain't seen a fucking second coronavirus relief. But, hey, they're about to fucking lock down California. Fuck Governor Newsom, who says, do as I say, not as I do. Yeah, these people, they can have their maskless parties and all that, and just live it up. But you, on the other hand, don't you be fucking gathering, man. Fucking Newsom says, like Simon says, right? Newsom says, da-da-da, da-da-da.
Everyone, here are some of the stories you need to know about to get your day started. This morning in our region, a spike in coronavirus cases inside 2 Butte County healthcare facilities. Monday, Orchard Hospital reps announced via press release 16 staff members and 32 patients have tested positive for COVID-19. At Oroville Hospital, 40 healthcare workers have been
maybe taking a test is what the problem is.
Both hospitals for direct statements. As of this morning, no word from either hospital. And Action News Now will continue reaching out to learn more. Monday, the governor also announced temporary tax relief and $500 million in aid for struggling small businesses. The governor said the state measures are designed to provide aid until the legislature can meet in the new year and work with him to provide more relief. This morning, California state leaders are also considering the possibility of another stay-at-home order. Monday, Governor Newsom announced the potential for all purple-tier counties to face that order. The governor says top health representatives are watching the rising numbers and over the next several days will make decisions regarding a second stay-at-home order.
So basically, he's going to put his dick in your mouth, and you're going to thank him for it.
City Council.
Because that's what people do, man. They stick their dick in your mouth, and you thank them for it. I can't reiterate that enough, but here we go. Here's even more on this.
People are now heading home from their Thanksgiving holiday.
Yes, they are indeed. Well, Action News Now reporter Anna Terea is live in Redding. Anna spoke with local public health leaders about Thanksgiving travel. What did they tell you, Anna?
Well, it's still not a good idea to travel right now, especially with cases soaring. But if your plans took you out of the area, officials here at Shasta County Public Health recommend that you quarantine yourself for 2 weeks. Thanksgiving is over. That means people are heading back home. But even though the holiday is over,
we should definitely be worried about it, and we should try to limit the spread as much as possible. I definitely think they should quarantine until they get a test done, until it comes back and they obviously a negative test.
The threat of coronavirus is still out there.
If you are around people who are not in your household, we would encourage you to be very careful for the next few weeks and make sure that you limit your exposure to others.
If your holiday plans took you outside of the area, Shasta County Public Health recommends that you quarantine for 14 days and limit your everyday activities. Now, that 14-day quarantine also counts if you had people over for Thanksgiving dinner. Some people believe that by quarantining yourself, it can prevent further spread of the virus.
What have we told you?
Because you don't want to spread the disease.
You thought they were cracking down on Halloween get-togethers. What about Thanksgiving?
Sometimes people take a few days to develop symptoms of COVID, and so it can be hard to know if the people that you are around
obey your master. Master.
Outside for sure.
Stay the fuck at home, right? Don't do like Governor Newsom did and fucking have a fucking great fucking party. Don't be living it up, man. These governors don't like that shit, man. But hey, it's rolling out in the Philippines, man. Cashless payments, the Great Reset. That's what this is all about. A Great Reset. Ain't about your health. For giving us the spirit. They'll us to our teachers, the elder apostles of the great millstone, who were well, and peace and salutations.
to the hopeful elect tabernacle of David scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. And as we can all see, we're in the midst of a transitional period in which, Esau is trying to bring forth a new world order, and all the pieces are being put in place to roll it out. And we know that their main function is to amalgamate all things into the Internet of Things, where he's making everything biometric and digital. Now here in this clip, this is from the CNN in the Philippines, they're installing RFID expressway tunnels, and people are being lined up to get these RFID stickers on their vehicles so that when they drive through, the money, the digital money will be deducted when they pass through it. And you got guys making arguments for why, they believe the mark of the beast is not the RFID chip. Well, explain to me how when they make this a global thing where you have no choice, the only way for you to buy and sell is to be amalgamated with this digital system, this blockchain system. How are you going to be able to buy and sell? All right, so without further ado, let's play the clip. It's only like less than 2 minutes, so I'm going to just play the video. And this is in the Philippines.
Hundreds of vehicles are taking advantage of the holiday to avail of the installation of radio frequency identification or RFID stickers as tollways go cashless starting December 1st. Some motorists lined up early Monday morning to avail of the RFID installation here at the Ninoy Aquino International Airport Terminal 3. Some vehicle owners say this is their second attempt to get their RFID stickers installed. But despite the hassle, they support the move to go cashless.
What a retard!
Nandun pa sa dudong sasakyan ko eh. Ang alarm bigas ko na po itong pumila. Nung nakaraan, nabutan po ako ng sarado dahil tapos na po yung minimum.
Kailangan though hassle talaga siya kailangan lang magtiyaga para magkaroon din ako. Kailangan sumunod din kasi.
On Sunday, San Miguel Corporation President and COO Ramon Ang appealed to the Transportation Department to extend its deadline to go full cashless in tollways. Ang says that despite rolling out additional measures to accommodate the influx of vehicles, a huge number of motorists should be given consideration. Ang also looks at the possibility of a February 2021 extension. The Transportation Department says there is no need to panic since the transition period will be from December 1 to January 11. The Transportation Department adds that there will be no apprehensions or penalties for vehicles without RFID starting December 1st. A 24/7 RFID installation will also be implemented in all toll lanes to assist vehicles. The Transportation Department adds that there will be more RFID off-site installations in malls, gas stations, and other locations so that motorists will no longer have to go to toll plazas. Tristan Odalo, CNN Philippines.
So yeah, they're getting the installation ready. So they're in full reset mode. This is the global reset. All right, where Esau wants to control and monitor everything in society, man. So they want to put RFID, technology all over. So pretty soon, the people are going to have to be connected to that. You see? So this is what they're getting the world prepared and ready for. And the whole world is going to be tried. That's why it tells you in Revelation 3 and 10, this is going to try all the world. So for you dudes out there that still arguments, I mean, what type of explanation could you really give? That's why the scriptures say, woe unto you that are wise in your own eyes. Let me see if I can find that. Let's see if I can find that. Nah. This is Isaiah 5:21. It says, "Woe unto them that are wise in their own eyes and prudent in their own sight." And that's what, these guys that still can't see it. You think that the Lord is dealing with you, and you're coming up with all these different, retarded arguments as to why the chip can't be the mark of the beast. All right? Woe unto you, man. All right? It's clearly see what this devil got going. This is happening worldwide. This is a new system that's being put in place right before your eyes. This the old way. It's not going back to that. That's gone. That's passed away. Esau is onto a bigger and what they would call better things. Okay, this is the new way now. All right, so hey, that's why we constantly, push these videos out, constantly giving updates, just to keep this fresh in your mind. That what this devil's getting ready to do, it's already prophesied that it would happen. And you got to be alert. You got to be aware. All right. And of course, just to go to the main prophecy, because that soon this is all just for their conditioning, but you're gonna have to receive that technology in your body, which those vaccines is going to help to, I guess, be able for your body to accept that kind of technology, So it's going to prepare you for it. All right, we're not ignorant to Satan's devices, man. So let's get Revelation 13 and 16. And he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Here's wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. Okay. Now, what's interesting is that, because a lot of dudes, they like to say, well, show me the precepts that prove that the chip is the mark. So they'll go into scriptures like Deuteronomy, the 6th chapter. They'll go into Ezekiel 9 and 4. They'll go into any scripture in the Old Testament where it says mark or seal, to basically say that, just like the Most High has a mark, the devil has his mark. So his mark is going to be spiritual, just like the Most High's mark is spiritual. Well, Blue Letter Bible begs to differ. When you consider the precept that the Blue Letter has in preference to the mark of the beast, you'll actually see that the mark is a physical mark. And let's prove that, because matter of fact, one of the first ones we bring out is the one in the law concerning printing marks upon you, right? Leviticus 19 and 28. It says, "You shall not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead, nor print any marks upon you. I am the Lord." All right, and I'm not going to even go into that word marks. Y'all should already know, what it actually means. All right, but when you go to the cross references, what do you see? It says for print any marks. The scriptures that they have listed as correlating verses is Revelation 13, 16, 17, Revelation 14, 9, 11, Revelation 15, 2, Revelation 16, 2, Revelation 19, 20, Revelation 20 and 4. All verses concerning the mark. So what correlation does it have with this law? It's implying that this mark is going to be a physical mark. And as a reference point, you should be reminded that the law says don't print any marks upon you. So this is a physical mark that this beast, this devil, is going to cause you to receive. All right. So this is just one of them. So the Blue Letter agrees with the stance of the mark being physical. Now let's go to another one. Let's go back to Revelation 13, and let's go to the correlating verses for that one. All right, now you go to it, a cross reference, and let's go to the one where it says a mark, and these are the verses. All right, Revelation 14:9, 10, 11, Revelation 15:2, Revelation 19:20, Revelation 20:4, all dealing with the mark of the beast. Now these wounds in thine hands, then shall he answer those with which I was wounded in the house of my friends. All right, so in the Old Testament, the blue letter is basically referencing this verse as a correlating scripture with the mark of the beast, implying that the context of it is there being something physical. All right, a wound is a result of something that just pierced you, or pricked you, or cut you. The only way you can get a wound is if something punctured the surface of your skin. All right, a cut. It's a damn shame that I even gotta do that. All right, let's look up wound. Hold on, let me web search. Wound. A wound is a type of injury which happens relatively quickly, in which skin is torn, cut, or punctured. An open wound or blunt force trauma causes a contusion, a closed wound. Okay. Wound is an injury to the body as from violence, accident, or surgery. When these people get the RFID chip put into their hand or into their arm or whatever, wherever they get it on their body, it's considered a surgical practice, right? That typically involves laceration, it's like a laceration or breaking of a membrane such as the skin. You see? It says right here, an injury to living tissue caused by a cut, blow, or other impact, typically one in which the skin is cut or broken. Okay, a injury, a lesion, a cut, gash, a puncture, a scratch. And when you go to the word charagma, and let's go to the definition. Let's go to the Strong's definition. It says, a scratch or etching. Okay? A scratch or etching. Basically a cut. So this is indeed a physical mark, man. So what exactly is going to be inserted into our body that without it, we won't be able to buy or sell or make any transactions? And then look at what's going on in society, where you having this transition to a complete biometric digital system, where everything has to be amalgamated into this whole a digital based infrastructure. Look at what they're doing in the Philippines, and this is becoming a worldwide phenomenon. If you can't see it at this point, then it's because the Lord has blinded you that you can't see it. All right, and if you're blinded until the choice is made, you know, when we all are faced with our temptation, you still blinded, that means that you're condemned, man. All right. Basically, Isaiah 6 and 9 through 11. He asks, how long shall this be until the cities be without habitation, man? Basically, until this place is destroyed, then you're going to see it. Alright, so anyway, you know, I thought I'd share that with you, Akim, and you few Aquafium, you know. It's physical. This mark is physical, man. And the blue letter backs that up. Alright? So anyway, you know, Lord willing, this was edified. I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. To the next lesson, I say Shalom.
And that's just it. You see what's happening here. And, you know, this decree is being put out there, you know. Know your role, you know. Because, again, you know, you cannot screw up this song, man. This song is meant to be played a certain way. The song of the 144,000 is not a new tune, but rather it's a song that must be played correctly. You know, again, you know, I'd say, look for me over here. You know, I did a whole bunch of things on the song. And what is the song, the 144,000? To not take the mark of the beast. Well, I got plenty of videos over here on that. You know, to not take the mark of the beast. You know, people are going with the whole Bitcoin thing, you know. And Bitcoin, to be Bitcoin rich is a digital. So you're not going to know. You know, see, the song remains the same. It's right there. You know, we're going to tell you to not take the mark of the beast. And that the same will drink of the cup of wrath of the wine that is poured without mixture into the cup of his indignation. Yeah, see, look at this, man. Huh. You want to talk about hypocritical, you know, if I can get this to pull up. There we go. LA Counter Supervisor eats at restaurant hours after voting to ban outdoor dining. Yeah, so, you know, what's good for them, you know, is not good for that. You know, so in LA, yeah, you can't even do it, man. You cannot eat outside, man, you know, which is something that was adapted, you know, due to the bullshit fucking lockdowns. In the early days of television, Shai Kua had a role in a now forgotten show, The Many Loves of Dobie Gillis, which ended in 1963. Okay, so this fuckface piece of shit, you know, was an actress. She then became a leftist, a lawyer, and a politician. Ooh, get to hang out, you know. Well, she already pretty much, you know, sold her soul already, you know, because that's what you got to do to be a celebrity. Despite the long interval between her Hollywood years and today, Kusha still claims to lampoon Hollywood notion about stars versus the little people. So, you know, she's big, you're small, she's great, and you're not. How else can one explain that? After railing against restaurants and voting to shut them down, Kusha promptly went to a nice restaurant for dinner. Isn't that nice? During the lockdown, politicians continue to draw their taxpayer-funded paychecks and telecommute from the comfort of their homes. Meanwhile, they're targeted small businesses and depend on dealings with the public more than any other businesses. Restaurants were in Democrat politician crosshairs, you know, so... Again, you know, people talk about how great this place is and vote for them. Yeah, they're all corrupt. You know, like Ice Cube says, everything's corrupt. Everything's fucked up. You know? And that's just it, though, you see. We, here at Great Millstone, we have the 100% truth. You know, we're going to tell you the whole truth of the song, man. The song needs to be played correctly. So, again, you know, we are only going to be on here for a short while because look at it, man, you know. Channels are being pulled down right and left. The fan of the word is here. So get this while you still can and save to your computer. Use JDownloader 2, that's the one I use. And, you know, just copy the links and save it to your hard drive, man. Because you don't know when a video is going to be pulled down. And Daily Motion and BitChute, yeah, it may be a time that you won't be able to get anything there either. So I hope all this has been edifying. I'm just going to leave it with this video here from Great Millstone Waters, GMS Great Waters 4. And this is the elder Zion. I can say brother Zion, but because again, you know, he may not be an elder to others. In the essence of, okay, you know, I'm a lot younger in this space, so a lot of people are my elder, you know. For that, I want to say Barak Yahweh, Barak Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim Rakakadash, Wa Abad Babal, Barak Tum Jehovah Olek. Hope these videos have been edifying. Shalom. And look for me on Daily Motion, of course.
Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, as always, I want to give all the praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim, Rakakwadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone that taught us this truth in the spirit. And I want to give a special peace and blessings and salutations to the elect. Alright, this is the brother Zion. And Lord willing, this lesson is edifying to feed the sheep and the lambs of Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahweh Shai. Okay, and today, I wanted to basically talk about some things that's been going on in Israel, all right, which a few elders covered, but I was speaking to one particular elder on the comment board, and he was like, you know, brother, if you want to do a video on it, you know, you should do a video on this topic. And I was already planning on doing it and uploading it this morning, and because, you know, the brothers had the video, a few videos on it yesterday, so I said I'll do one in the morning. And it's pretty simple, you know. You younger brothers, all right, you novice, okay, that's in this truth. You basically you need to sit down and chill the hell out, man, because that pride demon, the demon of Satan, is jumping on a lot of you guys, man. All right, it's jumping on a lot of you young brothers, man. Okay, here it is, you making up doctrines, and you're causing division. And at the end of the day, we all know that within a true body, we're supposed to speak the same thing and not be divided. Especially if you call yourselves giving double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. All right, which are the leaders of a particular Israelite group, Great Millstone. Okay? You can't say that you don't have anything against the apostles, but you have something against certain men within GMS, because we all speak the same thing. So if you're against one of us, that means you're against all of us. Okay? Especially if a brother's not going off in the doctrine. And it's coming from you younger brothers, man. Like Elder Apostle Rakal likes to say, you novice. Okay? A lot of you guys, you ain't been in this thing that long, man. And you got that spirit on you like you somebody. Okay? Now, you might look at me and say, well, you know, how long you been in there? I only been in this thing for 11 years. All right? I came in this thing at the end of, like, mid-2009. Okay? And I try to be as humble as possible, man. A lot of you guys, you come into this thing, you ain't getting enough attention. That's what it is. A lot of you dudes want attention, man. You want to be on the level of another brother that's, you know, popular in the truth. A brother that may get a lot of hits. A brother that may have a title of an elder. And these brothers that you see coming up that have the title of an elder, you know, they've earned that title. Okay? And don't forget that there's elders under the apostles that came up under the apostles. A lot of you guys forget about those elders, man. Okay? So what you guys need to do, you need to sit the hell down, man. Sit down and shut up and teach. All right? 1 Corinthians 14 and 40. Let all things be done decently and in order. You guys making videos about what we should call Esau, but did you get any, you know, was that approved? Was that approved for you to come up with that? You should have got approval from on high. Is it okay if I make this video? Because obviously
And you already know what this devil does. You see, he doesn't want you watching videos like this, so you know where to find him. GMS Great Water Sport. And it's on to the next one. Shalom.